Medigroup Physician Services presents Medigroup's Frank's Fast Five with Healthcare Executives, produced by Bridget Wilson and Carrie Peters. Today's guest is Eric Harland, Vice President for Evolv Solutions. Now here's your host, Medigroup's Frank Gillespie.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Medigroup's Frank's Fast Five with Healthcare Executives. Today, I am visiting with Mr. Eric Harland, Vice President with Evolv Solutions, LLC. Eric, hello and welcome.
Hey, Frank, how you doing? And thanks for having me. I really, truly do appreciate this. I look forward to this. I love your Fast Five. So
Thank you.
Hit me with the questions. How's that?
Absolutely. No, I'm honored to have you, and I was looking forward to this. So thank you very much. Just your enthusiasm, just in everything you do. So this will make a really good one. So thank you, Eric. And as I promised, we won't waste your time. We'll jump right into those questions. Eric, can you tell me a bit about your role at Evolv Solutions, LLC, and your background in the healthcare industry, and also speak in a little bit about Evolv Solutions and what they do for the healthcare marketplace?
Well, again, my name is Eric Harland, and I am Vice President with Evolv Solutions. I've been doing this for roughly about 21 years now. It's a family-owned business. We started with the idea of my father, who used to work at Xerox. He is president, as vice president of marketing and doing sales. My brother is also a part of the family. And again, he is the vice president, and he handles a lot of the things when it comes to contract management, employees, and all kind of things. Because here's the thing, with a small business, when we started this as a family business, we wear many hats. And so we're all doing everything. And this how it all started. My brother and my father both worked at Xerox. And so when they worked at Xerox, we had an idea. We had a concept of saying, hey, look, supplier diversity does come up every once in a while. And so we got my father to basically take a package, leave Xerox, and we created Evolv Solutions. And we have been doing this for 21 years ever since, and we love it. And so what we do is we do managed print services. In managed print services, we provide the printers and the copiers and everything it entails with that, the service, the supplies, the maintenance, everything when it comes to printers and copiers for healthcare, financial, and also education. And so that's what we've been doing. And we're partnered with OEMs from Xerox, HP, Konica, Ricoh, Lexmark, you name it. We're partners, strategic partners with them. And we work with them hand in hand in supplying those products to our customers. And we work in a partnership together. Like I said, and everything has been working really well for the last 21 years. And we're just trying to grow more and more, just like any other business. And so that's what we do, especially in the healthcare side. We just recently got this busy contract, and now we're really focused really hard and helping hospitals really achieve what they're trying to do when it comes to supply services, when it deals with printing and output. And that's really Evolv Solutions in a nutshell. And we have other businesses as well, like Evolv Financial Services, which does the leasing. But really our main focus right now is managed print services for healthcare industry and even financial industry.
All with a lot of enthusiasm. I can see I love it. No, I love it. That's what it takes. That's what people are looking for, in my opinion. So I really appreciate it. Plus, I had the great fortune of meeting your brother and your father on a conference call we had about a month ago. And I mean, I really enjoyed it. So again, thank you for joining us today. Let's go on to that second question. Has the pandemic changed the market for managed print services? And do you see those changes as temporary or permanent, or maybe a little of both?
It's a combination of both. Now, the temporary piece of it is, I think everybody's going to have to deal with something with the pandemic. We've all had to go through something with this whole last 2.5 years of dealing with this. The thing that we ran into is that because of hospitals, they weren't shutting down, obviously, during the pandemic. So our business somehow increased in volume just in the healthcare side. Now, that's obviously it's temporary, but now everything's starting to ease back in. And so it's going back to normal. But because of what's gone through in the last 2.5 years in healthcare and the pandemic, we've seen a rise in services, products, and just the massive amount of things that are needed on services that we provide, products that we provide that they're looking for. So that's the temporary piece. Now it's going to, even out itself, and we're starting to see that now. But the other thing that we're noticing too is, and I think every business is dealing with this, it's the supply chain. That's the problem that we're dealing with right now. Well, there's two parts of that. The toner. We're so backed up in toner, and the reason being is that a lot of the corporate side, leaving healthcare out, the corporate side has decided to say, all right, send the employees home, let them work from home. And what happens now is that we got employees at home, they have a home office. You need a printer for your home office now. Mm-hmm. So we're seeing a temporary rise in the demand for desktop printers, not your walk-up. Your walk-ups are like, your large ones, but your desktop, there's a rise in that. And then also a rise in the toner that goes with it. So that has caused the demand on the toner, because now everyone's working from home and now everyone needs a printer. So we saw a lot of that within the last 2.5 years. So basically our business has kind of benefited from the pandemic. We didn't have to, we didn't release people. We didn't have to let them go. We actually need more people. We were hiring people. So just because of the dynamics of people working from home, the healthcare just being bombarded with the pandemic, we saw a rise in that. And now we're dealing with the temporary, backlash of that is the supplies for the equipment. It's hard to find it. And the OEMs are having a difficult time producing the toner. And so there's a huge demand for now, a lot of people working from home, the hospitals, the increased ramp up usage at the hospital. And that's what we're seeing in the managed print service industry right now, is it's a different paradigm on how everyone's working.
Sure.
When they need output equipment and supplies, that's where what we're seeing. And the pandemic is basically helped out MPS a lot.
And you sort of come full circle. I mean, it sounds like you're kind of almost back to full circle with a few, changes or results of the pandemic, but really it all benefited, it sounds like, your business. That's great.
Exactly. So that's the feather there that we like, and we're fortunate enough. A lot of businesses were not fortunate enough to have that dynamic, but we were, like I said, with the grace of God, I mean, we're thankful for that. So other than that, and I'm glad we're out of this pandemic right now, almost out of it, but we're close.
You and lots of people, that's for sure. Hey, how about question number 3? What are some challenges for your sales team, and how do you overcome them? And how has ever-changing technology influenced your sales approach over the year?
Well, I'm glad you brought that, because technology is really playing an important part right now with us. Because before, my father, he taught all of us on the sales piece, because he's a salesperson. That's his nature. That is what he loves to do. He had the philosophy is face-to-face. When you're doing sales, you get in front of them, you go to them. Sure. You don't send them emails, you don't make the cold calls, you just go out and you hit the streets, feet on the street. That's been our sales process, feet on the street. Well, the pandemic changed that, because now, even though we had to deal with hospitals, I just can't walk into a hospital anymore, because again, that shut it down. Or if I'm trying to reach something in the corporate side, they're not in the office anymore. They're at home. So my phone call to the office is not really getting to the salesperson I need to contact, who is now at home. And so now it's that dynamic change of trying to reach or trying to get new sales made it more challenging, just because, again, things change because the workplace environment changed on who we're trying to contact. And so that's been the difficult part. And it's one of those things where we learn to deal with it, because technology now, the face-to-face, this is face-to-face now. This has turned into a norm. Before, we used to do these type of meetings and these sessions using Zoom and so forth. It was just, we're doing a presentation, that's it. But now this is a normal way of doing business now. And I think everyone's accustomed to it. So we're using that piece of technology that we were using before, but now we're heavily using it now. And it is the norm. And I think this is what we're doing is going to be the norm of business, and doing sales and conversations and meeting and talking with people instead of feet on the street. So I think we're adapting ourselves to this type of technology. And I think everyone has to, and they're doing it now. And we're finding out that everyone is more productive when they're doing this.
No question. Totally agree.
I don't need to go drive and see to your office just to see you. I can do this. Before, it was always, yeah, we do it for a presentation. Okay. Right. But now it's kind of like, this is normal conversation. It's 5 minutes. We're having a conversation. We're talking. I'm selling. You're listening. I'm listening to you. And that's the technology piece that now we're embracing, that I think everyone needs to really start learning how to, this is the new way of doing sales and business.
Totally agree. And when I think back over my career, the last 30 years, the amount of time I spent on the highway, 45 minutes to an hour to get to the office and 45 minutes to an hour to get home. And I did that for 30 years. Think of the time that's spent just in traffic that you today. I get out of bed, I come down the steps, I'm right here at my desk, and I'm ready to go.
Exactly. It's like I said, we've had this technology. It's just we've never really applied it to this form of fashion until we were forced to, and now it's normal, and it's more, like I said, it's more convenient. It's normal now, and it's more effective, I think. So,
in my world of healthcare, going through the career, I always found healthcare very resistant to working from home, corporate healthcare. Where, no, you got to be in the office 8 to 5, 8 to 5, 8 to 5.
Yep.
Why? And now this proves that that's not necessary. Plus, you can get more done through this new process.
That is so true. And I think in corporate America, they're starting to see that now. And they're saying, well, we need you back in the office, but employees are fighting back. Well, I got more done when I was at home. And they said, well, just come back part of the time. And that's what we implemented with our salespeople and our staff as well.
That makes sense.
We still have the office, but I mean, we pick when. So we go Mondays and Wednesdays, we're in the office. Tuesdays and Thursdays, everybody work from home. So we let them kind of pick their days when they come in. So that's how we kind of weeding back into it. But I truly think that we will never, and a lot of small business, same thing, we won't go back to what it was. I'm not going to require everybody to be in the office from 9 to 5. We're not doing that anymore. So that's the piece that I think a lot of small business will have to start, and corporations will start to embrace as well. Just have to deal with it. It's a new time.
Interesting topic. Question number 4, Eric, is there one lesson you learned early on in your career, say from your father or your mother or your brother or your grandmother or somebody, that you still revert back to often today as you lead your sales team? Is there some?
Well, yeah, I think one of the main things that I've learned in the past is really being consistent and setting a pattern. So in other words, if you're going to make sales calls, you're going to talk to people or set up meetings, just do it consistently and stay on top of it. Always keep track of who you're talking to and what you're saying, and keep notes. And so going back to your example with technology again, we use CRM tools now. So by using that, we use CRM tools that allows me to keep record of everything in all conversations that I have, and we're searching for people. So staying consistent, use the technology, and then really always just being able to ask for the opportunity. That's the thing. Just ask for the opportunity. Like I said, I'm willing to earn the business. Like I said, I want to earn it. Sure. Don't hand it out to me. I want to earn it, but I just need the opportunity to compete. That's the lesson that I tell a lot of salespeople, like, just ask for the opportunity. You want the opportunity to compete. No handouts. We'll work for it, and then we'll still save you money in the long term. So
awesome advice. Ask for the opportunity. Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah, ask for the opportunity.
Absolutely right, and it's common sense. I love it.
Right. We may not ever be the cheapest, but again, I had the opportunity to prove myself. If it's not the cheapest, then go with the other competitor. I will do the best I can, but you gave me the opportunity. That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely, I love it. Eric, we made it to the last question, and that question is, what is your favorite hobby? What do you do for fun?
I'm so glad you asked that. I do what's called competitive cooking. And so I do a lot of competition cooking. It all started with barbecue. I'm in Kansas City. This is home of the best barbecue this side of Mississippi. So that's what I do. And it's turned into a paying hobby now. Before, it was one of those things where my wife was like, well, you're going on these barbecue trips and you're gone all weekend. We need you here. You didn't get this done over the honeydews. I didn't get that done. So now that I won a competition, it was in Macy's Grill and Guru. I won that. It was $10,000. That changed her total attitude and saying,
I guess, congratulations.
Keep doing it. And so ever since then, I've done 2 TV shows. I've been on Food Network, Travel Channel. I've done Kelly and Michael, and then Kelly and Ryan. They asked me back again. So I've done that. I had a chili that was brought out by Hormel. They bought the rights to it and sold it in every Walmart and Target across the country. So it's one of those things where that food hobby, it is a hobby. I love it. It's just, it relaxes me. Cooking relaxes me. And it just turned into a hobby.
You're a celebrity in your own right. I love it. I had no idea. Oh my gosh. Congratulations on all of that. And I like to cook too, but not competitively. I bet.
We'll see. In Kansas City, barbecue is out here. I mean, kids have barbecue sauce in their baby bottles out here. So when competitive barbecue, that's how it started. But again, you make a few dollars here and there. But the minute you start competing on your own, I mean, I've gone to the Super Bowl. I've cooked for Katy Perry, Missy Elliott at the Super Bowl. I've won so many competitions, and it is a whole underlayment of it's a world where people just don't know a lot about it.
Sure.
But it's out there, and it's huge, and it's competitive cooking.
I'm gonna start looking for you. See where you pop up next.
I'll send you stuff.
No. That's very kind, but I'll look for you too. I want to find you cooking in the act of the job there. That'd be cool.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Eric, I can't thank you enough. I really mean it. I appreciate it. This has been a fun Fast Five, and thank you for your time. You're fascinating.
And thank you, Frank. We really, truly appreciate it. And again, thank you for the opportunity to tell my story to you.
You did a great job, and thank you. I'm glad we got a chance to hear it.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
This has been MediGroup's Frank's Fast Five with Healthcare Executives, produced by Bridget Wilson and Carrie Peters, and hosted by Frank Gillespie. Special thanks to Eric Harland, Vice President for Evolv Solutions. This has been a presentation of MediGroup Physician Services.